Alright guys, just want to show you a quick update. I bought this hot plate, trying to use it on my solar system, and it works. But let me show you guys some of the issues that I'm having. Issue number one is there's no handles, right? So once this gets hot, this is ceramic, right? So this thick piece of ceramic is going to stay hot for a very long time. But also this gets very hot to the point where you can't touch it. And this gets hot to the point where you cannot touch it. So when it gets super hot, what I end up doing is just kind of like quickly tapping on it, right, to adjust the settings if I have to, or to turn it off. I just kind of slide it over, slide it on, right, and then you just have to let it sit for maybe 2 hours before it's even handleable. It's good and bad, right? So the good is that if you're trying to keep it warm, it'll stay warm, so it'll keep your food warm longer, I guess. But the fact that there's no handles, there's no way to move it around, it's just kind of dangerous. It's kind of hard to work with. Also, if you have kids or if you have like tight spaces, you got to be very careful so your wire doesn't, do that. It will melt. It is a 3-prong, so that's a plus, just because I've seen a lot of them that actually only have 2, no ground, so there's a ground. These knobs are very finicky, but they work. So basically it's just on and off, but instead of a switch, you have to slide it. So if you listen for it, there it is. There's that little click, and now it's on, even though it's, right, or I guess it's off. And there it is, that's on. So it's not exactly aligned, but just for reference. So it's on and off. The little bit off-centered, if that matters for you. Same here. Let's see here. So this is off, and if you go, it's still off. Right there's on, so that's pretty close, right? So it's right on 1. And then you got your different settings, max. So you can leave it on max and then turn it on and off, or you can turn it on and then kind of pick what settings you want to keep it on. And what it does is, instead of it keeping it at a lower power level, what it does is, let's say you put it on 1, it'll still be like 1600 watts of a draw, but then it'll just stop. And then when it lowers below the threshold, it'll turn on again. If you put it on maximum, it'll just be 1600 watts the whole time. So ceramic, this looks like it's powder coated, so should last for a while. Lots of cleaning, scrubbings and whatnot. Don't use the metal scrubs. On the back side, this is just a dummy, just to kind of keep it looking similar. And this is where all the electronics go. There's the bottom of it. It's got some ventilation down here. And yeah, besides that, in a nutshell, that's what it looks like. Also, I did read the instructions, and I've seen this from experience. You have to turn this on max and leave it outside for, I don't know, several hours, just so the smoke and all the coating and stuff will burn off, and then it won't stink anymore. But it definitely takes a couple cycles, so maybe 2 or 3 days if you just turn it on max, leave it plugged in for like an hour or 2, unplug it, let it cool. Otherwise, it's a pretty decent hot plate. I will be returning this one, as I do want one with handles. This just is not going to work out for me, because once it's hot, you pretty much can't touch it. It's got to sit there. I prefer to be able to move it at least out of the way, or kind of like, in a corner somewhere, then let it cool off. Otherwise, wherever your wire is, once you turn it on, you can't even move it. So hope this helps somebody. Thanks for watching.